Chapter 14, Trade Secrets. The week flew by, and finally it was time for Mal, Evie, Jay, and Carlos to head back to the Isle of the Lost. Mal and Evie had packed so heavily for their short trip that Ben had to help Lumiere and Cogsworth carry their trunks to the royal limousine. "You know you're only going for the weekend, right?" he asked, grunting there under the weight of one particularly large case. "You're only there for 2 nights. 2 nights? Oh my! Thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot my second alternative evening gown," said Evie, who flew back into her room. Mal smiled. "I'm sorry. Most of it is Evie's." Carlos and Jay walked right behind them, each boy holding one small backpack. "I travel light," said Jay. "No baggage," quipped Carlos with a grin. "At least not anymore." Mal threw her arms around Ben. "Thanks for doing this. Letting us go back to talk to the kids, I mean." "Yeah, man. We're so pumped that more kids like us are going to be able to go to Oradon Prep," said Carlos, bumping fists with Jay. "I am too," said Ben. He really was glad, although he was a bit worried about where the new VKs would stay over the summer. Evie rushed back, wheeling another trunk. "Wait, these things have wheels?" asked Ben as Lumiere and Cogsworth staggered beside him. "Yes, if you set them down the right way," said Evie. "How do you think I travel?" she chuckled. They walked out of the school's front doors and loaded their bags into the car. Evie and the boys said their goodbyes to Ben and settled into their seats. Mal lingered, a wistful smile on her face. "I wonder if there'll be a day when we can bring every villain kit over to Oradon." "There will be. We just need to take it one step at a time. It's too risky right now, especially with Uma still out there." "Uma," said Mal with a grimace. "You take care," he said. "I will. You too." "Are you okay?" she asked, putting a hand on his cheek. "A little nervous about the NAFA trade meeting. No one can seem to agree lately. I have so many competing proposals to sort out. I know you'll make it work." "Say hi to the dwarfs," she said, getting into the car. Evie popped her head out. "Give them my love." "I will," said Ben, waving them off. He stood watching by the entrance until the royal limousine disappeared out of sight. Just as Ben had predicted, every kingdom represented at the Trade Council argued that their goods were the most valuable. "They're diamonds," said Grumpy. "We need to be able to charge top Oradon dollar. Diamonds they might be, but our magic potions from Camelot are far more valuable," argued Merlin. "Everyone will look withered without our age-defying lotions," Eugene Fitzherbert reminded them. "The sun-dropped golden flowers only grow in Corona." "We might not have magic flowers or magic potions or diamonds in the bayou," said Princess Tiana, "but we have the best food, and we should be compensated fairly." Ben listened to every kingdom's representative make their case, and then he spoke his piece. "Just as Oradon Prep has become open to taking more students from the Isle of the Lost, Oradon must remain open to trade between all our united kingdoms. Diamonds, potions, lotions, and beignets are equally important. Surely we can find a solution that would satisfy everyone here." The meeting continued, and eventually all parties were satisfied by the trade agreement. Grumpy didn't even look that grumpy in the end. Ben began to put his papers back into his folder, and a few delegates began to leave the room when Aquata, Ariel's oldest sister, who was representing Atlantica, came up to Ben, rolling her bathtub-like contraption forward. "Can I ask you something?" she said, looking worried and splashing a little. "Of course. Anything for a princess of the sea," said Ben, with a charming smile. "We hear from our people that Uma had been seen underwater. She's out there, free to wreak havoc and do whatever she wants." Ben brushed his hair off his forehead and nodded. "We are aware and have stepped up security. Jeannie mentioned seeing something near the Isle of the Lost that looked like it could have been a giant octopus. I'll make sure to send more reinforcements to your area if she's seen there," he said, trying to sound reassuring. "Thank you," said Aquata, sounding a tad relieved. "It's just her mother. Her mother almost destroyed my family." Ben nodded. "I'll make sure everywhere on Oradon is safe, even underwater." "We're not safe. Not anywhere, as long as there's a villain out there," said Aquata, shuddering. I heard you were going to let more of those people from the Isle come to Ordon. I hope that's just a terrible rumor. Do say it isn't true." "Actually, it is true," said Ben. "We'd like to give more people a chance, especially the children, who are innocent. Everyone deserves a chance to be good, don't you think?" Aquata frowned, and her cheeks flushed. It was clear she did not agree. "I hope you know what you're doing for all our sakes." Ben kept a diplomatic smile on his face. "My main priority always is the safety of Oridon, of everyone in Oridon. Now, if you'll excuse me." Aquata splashed away in a huff, but Ben let it go. He knew it was an almost impossible task to bring the people of the Isle and the people of Oridon together to live peacefully once more. But he had to keep trying. He had to unite his kingdom somehow. That's what a king was meant to do.